And we're live. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Shout out to everybody going out to work this morning. Shout out to everybody coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft drivers, truck drivers, long-distance truck drivers. Somebody said yesterday, SouFlo, how come you never shout out the people who used to have a 9 to 5, used to wake up, go to work early in the morning, but don't have a job anymore? Shout out to them as well, all right? You get knocked down, you get up, and you keep on going. You lost your job. That's one of those things. There are jobs out there. Go get you a job until you get the job that you really want. All right? I just saw the thing go. Just saw the thing go. I know in some places it's kind of hard to get a job just because of how the place is set up, right? And you might be far away from civilization and all these things. But for most of us, there's work out there if you want to work, right? Anyhow, welcome back this morning, people. Your fearless leader is back. Loaded. This is loaded. So I got a video clip here of President Donald Trump's return. But before I play that video clip, let me have some people come on into the room. When we hit 100 in the room, I will start with the video clip of Trump, what he said after he returned. He returned as if he went to combat. And he returned from combat victoriously. That was that was his return. But what he said about medication and vaccine, You know, I'm starting to think, I was one of them that said, listen, I don't want to say, oh, somebody is lying, because if I got sick, I don't want anybody to say, oh, I lie, SouFLoTV, I lie, because, you know, it's the same. He still looked normal, right? People, when Trump returned yesterday, he had his mask on when he got off the bird, right? The bird is what we call military term again for the helicopter. When he got off the helicopter, he had his mask on, right? Him come down off of the helicopter. He walked up a flight of steps. He walked across the lawn. He walked up a flight of steps. By the way, shout out to my Haitian family out there. One Caribbean. So anyhow, he comes down. See, masked up. Comes down, right? Walks up the flight of steps. And what does he do? Takes his mask off. Takes his mask off. And and addresses the people. And after he takes his mask off and addresses the people, he tucks the mask in his pocket. Now, this is somebody who 3 days ago went from asymptomatic to having all signs and symptoms. This is according to the doctors, right? At Walter Reed, having all signs of COVID. He had all the signs and symptoms. And he took his mask off, put it in his pocket, and walked into the White House. A message is being sent here that I need for you to get the message, okay? He just sent a message and I need for you to get the message. It's the same way when they asked him, what would you say to white supremacy groups out there? They're rioting. The people are rioting. The people are protesting. The places look like civil unrest. We need somebody who's going to say to them, all right, you're the president. What do you say to them? And he told them, stand down and stand by. That was such a coded message. But those of us who know that to be a command, we know exactly what that meant. Stand down, stand by. That is a direct military command, and it is the exact same words that your commanders give. Okay? Now, he takes the mask off. This is the fastest COVID recovery we've probably ever seen. All right? No, he got some. And remember, this is building up. All right, we hit 103. This is building up because he claims, or not he claims, they put out that he was given an experimental drug that's in its clinical phase of trial. He was given an experimental drug that's in its clinical phase of trial. And remember, I said, well, why would they give a drug that's an experimental drug in its clinical phase of trial to the president of all people? I'm starting to see this picture more clearer. I'm wrong about what? Who are you talking to? Silver Trick R1. I am wrong about what?
Momentarily. Thank you very much. And Walter Reed, what a group of people.
All right, here we go.
Thank you very much.
So he comes out.
2 days ago, I could have left 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I felt great, like better than I have in a long time. I said just recently, better than 20 years ago. Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Don't let that happen. We have the greatest country in the world. We're going back to work. We're going to be out front. As your leader, I had to do that. I knew there's danger to it, but I had to do it. I stood out front. I led. Nobody that's a leader would not do what I did. And I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. And now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune. I don't know. But don't let it dominate your lives. Get out there. Be careful. We have the best medicines in the world, and it all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily. Thank you very much. And Walter Reed, what a group of people. Thank you very much.
Don't worry. I'll play it again for those of you who want to see the clip. Right now, I don't want you to see the clip, really. You see the clip, but I want you to hear what he said. Let me play this again one more time. Listen to everything that he said, okay? Pay attention.
We're the greatest country in the world. We're going back to work. We're going to be out.
I'm going to play it again from the top. Hold on.
I had to do that. I knew there's danger to it, but I had to do it. I stood out front.
I led.
Nobody that's a leader would not do what I did.
Woo!
I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. And now I'm better.
Give me a second.
I don't know. But don't let it down.
I'm leading. I mean, leading.
We have the best medicines in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved. And the vaccine
Listen.
momentarily.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you very much. And Walter Reed,
What a group.
of people.
All right, here we
Thank you
go.
very much.
Listen.
And 2 days ago, I could have left 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I felt great, like better than I have in a long time. I said just recently, better than 20 years ago. Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Don't let that happen. We have the greatest country in the world. We're going back to work. We're going to be out front. As your leader, I had to do that. I knew there's danger to it, but I had to do it. I stood out front. I led. Nobody that's a leader would not do what I did. And I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. And now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune. I don't know. But don't let it dominate your lives. Get out there. Be careful. We have the best medicines in the world, and it all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And Walter Reed, what a group of people. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh. Did you catch all of that? We have the best medicines, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily. Did y'all catch that? Now, we talked about vaccines before, right? But check it out. When Trump removed his mask, right? Yesterday, he told the people, get out there. Get out there. I understand his point by him telling the people, don't let it dominate your lives, because it's something that we are living with, right? I can see that his team is working with him as far as coaching him. Now, as it comes down closer to the election, you must appear fearless. You must appear as the one that is here to lead, even in the face of danger, even if it means charging into battle. Charging into battle. You at the front. Charging into danger. You at the front. And in this case, danger means taking that mask off, not worrying about if you were going to catch it or not, who you are around, or who you might get sick because they are around you and their immune system is already compromised. You're not, because you're healthy and you're young, etc., etc. So he said a leader wouldn't do what he did. So in other words, then he's throwing shots at Biden, right? They have politicized this whole coronavirus thing, has just gone political. It was political from the beginning, but now it has just been weaponized. Okay? It has just been weaponized. I'm reading between the lines though. I'm watching what is happening. So all right. A lot of people were saying that man don't have no COVID. He is not sick. Okay, this is set up. Watch the timing of when he catches COVID. And then I don't know if y'all know it, but the White House press secretary, they released yesterday that she also tested positive for the COVID virus and is now quarantining. This is the press secretary, right? The girl with the, the little maga blonde girl, whatever. She kind of talks like Trump. She handles people just like how he handles them. I don't know if you saw when one reporter asked him something and he just went right into ripping the man. He was like, "You're not a reporter. You need to go back to school. You shouldn't even have a job. You should be fired." And he didn't answer anything that the man asked him. He just totally humiliated him and just went next on to the next person. And that is because he didn't want to answer the question and he did not have an answer for the question. And he felt embarrassed being called out like that. But that's how he deals with things. What I'm watching though, right, is what they're setting up for us to see. For instance, who more popular at this moment? What? All right, who is more popular at this moment? Who is more popular at this moment than the president? So the president is popular, and the president comes out. 1 minute he is sick. He needs to go to Walter Reed. He is having all the symptoms of COVID. And 2 days later, 3 days later. So what message is being sent here? The message that's being sent here is that COVID's not that serious. It's not that serious. Get out there, do your thing, and don't worry about it. Maybe I'm immune. I don't know. That's what he said. Maybe I'm immune. I don't know. Because he knows that we're questioning, well, how come 2 days ago you were ill and you went from asymptomatic to coughing, sneezing, runny nose, sore throat? They gave the symptoms: coughing, sneezing, runny nose, sore throat, running a high fever. The doctors from Walter Reed even did a follow-up press conference about his health. And they said that his blood pressure spiked twice into dangerous levels. And he is still being monitored. He is not out in the clear yet, but he seems to be doing pretty well. And he's like, I'm feeling good. I feel better than I felt 20 years ago. He's 77 years old or 75 years old. I believe Biden's 77. He's like 75 or 77, somewhere in there in his mid to later 70s. So 20 years ago, he was in his 50s. He was feeling way better. He's feeling now like he felt young, fit, and healthy, or younger 20 years ago. This is to paint that picture, right? That it's not that serious. Right now, we are beating it. Remember, that's what he said. He has to double down. Okay, I said between 74, 5, and 77, somewhere in there. Okay, somebody said 74. All right, so he's 74. All right. The picture that's being painted is that it's not that serious. You can handle this. Okay. But what's dangerous here is the people who have been following him saying he doesn't wear a mask and his followers don't wear masks either. The people who have been following him, now they're really going to take their masks off. And if he says the vaccine is safe, then they're lining up to take that vaccine or the new medication that they are going to be dispersing. I am not doing a video saying that it is mandatory. They're going to be vaccinating people mandatory. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying pushing the narrative that it is safe. It's the president took it and he's doing fine and he's in his 70s. So you should be okay too, taking the vaccine. This is dangerous to me. To me, this is dangerous. Now, this makes Joe Biden look bad in the eyes of the people who are already all wrapped up in what Trump is doing, because Trump is saying, Joe Biden hasn't held a rally yet. So people are wondering, where is he? Why is he not on the campaign trail while Trump is doing all these big rallies where majority of the people show up with no masks on, right? And Joe Biden's thing is he's not doing these kind of rallies because he doesn't feel that it's safe. But he has been having smaller, like town hall meetings where social distancing and all this other stuff has been, they're adhering to those rules. So he's not putting a whole bunch of people, gathering them up in one place and having people do a free-for-all. Wear your mask if you want to. If you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. He's not doing that. So that's what Trump has got to find a way to say, well, that's the soft thing to do. It's because he's scared to step out front and lead. I tell you what, me, I'm all for leadership. I am all for strong leadership. However, I am not for willy-nilly with my life kind of leadership. If you are a leader that brings us into clear and present danger, I'm not following you. I am not following you. I am no longer in the military as active duty. Therefore, I am not obligated to follow you. We have choices as civilians, right? And I'm definitely going to be exercising my choice as a civilian come this election. That message was clear, man. He talked about the medications that are coming out, and he said we have the best medications in the world. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I, like many other people, though, would like to see some more time go by before this quickly developed thing becomes publicly available. If it's left up to, because people are panicking right now, believe it or not. People are talking about FEMA camps and they're going to lock us in and they're going to make it mandatory. And there was one time when Trump said, I have the military on standby. They're ready to go. And we can get 200,000 done per day. So you military on standby, 200,000 done per day. He's talking about getting 200,000 vaccines done per day, right? The military ain't got that many medical personnel to cover 200,000 vaccines per day. Medical personnel that are certified in giving vaccines. But I don't know, maybe he'll be pulling from the first responders group, people that work on an ambulance, people that work in the medical field, like doctors from hospitals, and so on and so forth. They're going to look at him and say, it worked. Whatever they gave him. You know, it's like, I don't know, you ever seen, okay, if you're bun weed, You see, if you smoke ganja, or if you've watched enough of these crackhead shows, what do you see happen to the juggies, the druggies? It's like when they take a hit of something, right? And it's really, really strong and it messes them up. What's the first thing the rest of junkies ask? Yo, where you got that? Whatever that is, I want some of it. That's pretty much what just happened. One day, 2 day, on the third day, he's back. Rips the mask off. The message is clear. He clearly said it. He said the medications are being approved. The vaccines are coming momentarily. Remember in the debate where he said to Biden, and the vaccines will be here pretty soon. And Biden was like, how can you say the vaccines will be here pretty soon when they haven't even found a vaccine yet? And that thing takes time because they have to first get their formulas right, find something that and have it tested, and that takes time. And he said that process can be sped up like a lot. It can go a lot faster. And we're working to make sure it goes a lot faster. Now, kudos to him. If he genuinely can find something, if they can genuinely find something that quick, that has no long-term side effects, that will actually make it feel like people won't be scared when they hear corona again. We won't walk around with masks again. There are a lot of people that are yearning for regular life again. Even if you didn't hang out with people and you were a homebody like I am, but there were times when you wanted to go out and you did, right? The club was packed. Your favorite concert was keeping and you were able to go see it. The park is packed. Children playing everywhere. Grown people in the park, exercising. People miss all that. People miss just simply walking out the house without a mask on their face. People are missing that. So if he is able to walk upright and confident, and just now he was coronavirus positive, and whatever they gave him, think about this, right? What other purpose would they have to tell us, the public, of his treatment regime? Specifically, what medication he is given. High-profile people don't normally do that. And come on now, Trump is not that transparent. It took other authorities to bring out just his tax papers. So it's not like he's a forthcoming person with everything laid out for us to see. He is mad as hell that they released his tax documents, right? And of course, there are his supporters who he can do no wrong. So what if he only paid $750 worth of taxes on a multi-million-dollar salary for the year? So what? He's a good leader. I'm trying to figure out how to do the same thing, how to pay no taxes, little to no taxes. He paid, how did they put it? He paid less taxes than a school teacher for the year. And he did it 2 years in a row, the two most recent years. And you know, if this was anybody else, they would have been baked. Okay? They would have been baked. Somebody says, here's a little fact. The woman in China lab is here in the US and she knows how the virus was created. Come on, follow the facts. Stop getting caught up. Remember, China was looking for her. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. That's why there's a comment section. I don't know what you talking about. Follow the facts. The thing about when people say follow the facts or they have facts, I find it's like when people do use these headlines like SouFLoTV exposed. I've seen videos like those actually. SouFLoTV exposed, or here are the facts. And you go and you watch it, and it's somebody just rambling on. They cannot tell you that I took this piece of information from ygreen.com and it was written by Antonio Mackenzie, blah, 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 published on this date, and da, da, da. They have nothing like that. It's just, come on, follow the facts. Follow what facts? I'm on the outside looking in. I cannot say, I'm speaking with opinion. When it's facts, I will tell you where I got my facts from, so you can go fact check it as well. But I don't know what facts you're talking about. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. We live in our time now where we are heavily monitored and heavily censored. And right now, for people who are talking, it's rough out here because they don't want you talking, or they want to dictate your conversation. They want to dictate your conversation topic. They want to dictate your chain of conversation, where you take it. You can easily go from friendly to enemy in just a few words. So don't bother come mix me. I talk about follow the facts. Follow what facts? If you're stating facts or you're stating facts, state where the facts come from. We have the internet, and the internet is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because we get information at the speed of light. No longer do we have to wait weeks to hear what is happening, say, in Jamaica while we are in the UK or in Canada or in the US. We hear the same time it happens. We can actually see it happening while it's happening. So for that, the internet's a powerful thing. That means we can spread information quickly and things can get done faster. People can get on the same page. If there's danger coming, more people can get warned faster, all that other stuff. But the internet is dangerous because there is also, for every truth, there's probably about 10 lies on the internet. And the lies are constructed and mixed with truth. So if you're not a person that is willing to sit down, if all you read are headlines and then listen and watch videos quickly and move on to something else, then you are easily misled right now. You understand? So information is out there. That's good. The problem is there's a lot of fake, false, misleading information out there because everybody has access to the internet. So Tom, Dick, John, Simone, Jesse, everybody can grab a camera, do a video, say your piece, and make it sound like it's factual. All they have to do is speak convincingly. And then there will be people that will believe whatever it is that is being said and take it as truth. He militarized this whole thing. When he came out, did you see the salute? This is the first time that I've actually seen the president give a proper salute. Somebody is working with him. And that's not a surprise. Presidents are usually prepped for debates, prepped for public appearances. There's a team around them that says, sir, right after you did that right there, our numbers plummeted. Let's get rid of that. Let's step away from that. Okay, this is hurting us that you said. We need to refix it. Don't go back on it because then they're going to say you're wishy-washy. But you need to refix it so that it looks like strong leadership. So that there's a team of advisors. I don't know why people think people like the president just step out and just say what they want to say and do what they want to do. They don't. Even when it sounds outrageous. Halfway point already. Even when it sounds outrageous, they don't just step out and say what they want to say and do what they want to do. There's a lot riding on their position. So they are prepped to say things, to do things. If the president ever went up in front of the masses and went totally off script, he would be yanked and he wouldn't be up there anymore. You would just see a figurehead, and you would probably see him in videos where he just says hi and bye. But he is saying what someone wants him to say. He is being exactly how someone wants him to be. And when I say someone, of course, it has to be someone in a position of authority. Someone in a position of rulership wants him where he is at, to say what he is saying for whatever the bigger picture reason is. Is it working on you? Let's pause and take a poll real quick. No, fire for that. We don't take poll. Let's pause and take a little measure real quick, for lack of a better word. Somebody says, Flo, you have no facts. Your source is CNN. Okay. So what if my source is CNN? What is it that I'm speaking of that I need facts for? We're having a conversation about the way the president returned, what he said when he returned, and what he did when he returned, which we all saw on video that I just showed. So what facts do I need to back that up? Whether I'm getting it from CNN, Fox News, NBC, MSNBC, Jamaica Gleaner, Star, Loop, whether I'm getting it from Channel 7 Live, whether I'm getting it from TMZ, wherever I'm getting it from, it's video and him speaking, and that is what we're discussing, right? Like I said before, I've seen the videos online. SouFLoTV exposed. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and I said, Ross, I might name this. So in my image, they use my picture, they use everything. SouFLoTV exposed. Let me go watch this video and see what the exposed is. Because as far as I understand exposed to be, exposed has to be something that somebody did or said that you have a record of, right? And you can show it to the public and say, okay, here it is. Tell him to refute this. SouFLoTV exposed is the headline, and then they get in the video and they talk a bunch of foolishness. These are people that you don't know. They've never even reached out to you. But videos doing numbers on YouTube because the headline says SouFLoTV exposed, or anybody else exposed. The people are not thinking with a thinking brain. Exposed means you revealed truth. You revealed facts, irrefutable proof. Exposed. You see, one time them did catch Lisa Hype, or when the video, the picture came out, shout out to Lisa Hype anyways, when the picture came out with the dingaling in her hand and in her mouth, that is exposed. That is exposed that she could not deny or refute. You know what I'm saying? That is exposed. That's how you expose. Anything other than that is not exposing. It's you speaking and saying your opinion of things. So people are confused, man. You're not educating me. This person is in here on one this morning. Someone gets SouFLo a bit vexed. Them going to get it now. No, sir. I'm not vexed. Okay, I guess y'all want me to go off script and do like some mindless material where you can laugh really hard and talk foolishness on them, something that we can't do that every day. I'm not a comedy show. I might intertwine something funny. Half of the time when I say stuff that people, I go back and read the comments and people I say, yo, you have me a laughing at the people in place this morning in the SouFLo, or I bust out a laugh on the train this morning. Let's say I sure everybody looked at me and said like I'm crazy. Half of the time I didn't even know that I said something funny. If you see me say something and I laugh at it, people out there might not laugh at it. I laugh because I thought it was funny. And then even in myself, I'm like, that's funny right there. And it makes me laugh. I don't come on here with scripts to be funny or to be exciting. I'm speaking about what I see. We have days when video topics can be funny, yes. So anyhow, what I saw from him returning is this. And you know I have to talk in circles, so you see me doing a lot of pausing. Remember I told you before. See, some people, I never let people put battery in my back. You know, like the little Duracell bunny, and the bunny just go till it runs into the wall, and then it turns from the wall and go till it runs into another wall. You can't put no Duracell in my back. Okay? I've told y'all before. Listen. On social media, watch what you're doing. On social media, know what to say and know what not to say. Everybody act like they're bad and they're tough until they get that knock on their door, right? Or until they're confronted by powers that are simply overpowering. So, free speech, but watch what you say. That is why I do so many disclaimers, because there are people out there that take what you say and actually run with it, and then attention is placed on you and labels are placed on you. It is, for instance, like when I do shows and I talk about Jamaica versus the US, and I talk about things that Jamaica can use because we've studied those things in the US and they have been used for the longest and the results are great. So we could employ these same things. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica follow the US anyway. If them get lick, we hurt. That kind of stuff. We follow everything they do. So why not follow some more things that are good? Cameras everywhere, blah, blah, blah. We talk about that. When I do those videos and I see the comment section filled with, when I go on like say foreign at everything, then it starts getting really dark. F the US. Eso no mother, soko no mother. Telling the president of the US go run up under your. I start watching those. And I understand the ignorance of those people. It's either they don't care about me and they want me to become labeled, and I'm probably already monitored, but not probably, we are. Either they don't care and it's like, I'm gonna say whatever I want to say on his platform. The heat's gonna come back to him, not to me, kind of thing, right? Because what it can look like is he's running an anti-American platform. Do you know how they could style that easily? He is running an anti-American platform. Do you really want to do that? Do you know the consequences that comes with that? So when you up here talking about state facts and say this, listen, I know what I can say and what I cannot say. And I'm not here to say everything because I don't know everything. I share some of what I know, and your job is to interact with me, not your job, but it's best for you to interact with me on the platform and interact with each other and keep the conversation going. Now, if you want to say what you want to say in the comment section, then you go right ahead. As long as it's not disrespectful to anybody, as long as it's not profanity laced and makes no damn sense, I won't remove it. I will leave it there. Freedom of speech. They know where to find you. But I will also leave it there with a warning. And the warning is, be careful what you're saying. Know what you're doing. Know what times we're living in. This is not a say as you please kind of place that we're living in. This moment in time that we exist, it is not the time to just willy-nilly say everything. There's a saying out there that says the more you know, the less you speak. Think about it. The more you know, the less you speak. It's even gaining simple knowledge of what's really, really going on. It's like I battle with that because then I have to come with pen and paper to keep myself on script. And I have to drop little notes to tell myself, don't say this. Don't say that. It's okay to say this right here. Set the table and let the audience dine. But I'm not going to spoon feed you everything. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Let me tell y'all something, right? And this is a true story that just happened not too long ago with, I believe wifey was pregnant at the time. So there was a time gone by where I was doing like a lot of videos, political videos. One day, I'm pulling out of a parking lot and the place is crowded. This is before COVID I keep. The place is crowded. I'm pulling out of a parking lot and there's a vehicle, a sky blue vehicle with dark tinted windows. I mean, you can't see nothing. Even the front glass of the vehicle was tinted. Now, I move around my area where I live. I drive back streets and shortcuts for fun. The reason why is because I want to know the layout of where I stay and my surrounding areas. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's how I was trained. I am reconning all the time. I had never seen this vehicle before. The vehicle pulls out and almost hit me, right? So I pull over to the side. I'm in no hurry. Go ahead. And I waved them ahead. The vehicle started doing a whole bunch of funny stuff. Drive down. So I was like, what the hell is this? So I pull into it. I drove. Then I suddenly, no indicator, just pulled into a parking lot. That means if you were following me, I didn't warn you with my indicator that I was going to turn left into a parking lot. And the parking lot is right in front of a building. So it's not like I'm going to make a left turn and go down a street. I can't go anywhere but that parking lot. I remember Brains was in the passenger seat and she was pregnant, right? Big pregnant. By this time, all hairs are standing up on the back of my neck. And I was under the impression from before this happened that you're either being trailed or monitored or something like that. But you know, you brush stuff off, but you're still cautious. So I brush it off, but I'm still cautious. That particular day, that was my, how you say, you think something and then it happens. That was more or less my confirmation then. The vehicle, when I did my left turn, I just turned, no signal, because I want this person off my tail, right? Mind you, I already pulled sideways, gave the person, you can go, it's okay, I'm not in a hurry or nothing. Me not there road, I look drama. I'm strapped up though, and I'm ready to defend myself if I have to, but a warrior knows to avoid war, okay? Because a warrior also knows that in war, anybody can get it, including the warrior. So I'm not looking for war. I'm not looking for drama. I'm looking to sidestep all drama. I came out to do family business and I intend to make it back home in one piece. And you never know what's in the mind of people out here. So turn and I stop. The vehicle went ahead a little bit, reversed, turned right where I turned and parked right next to us. And they parked right next to us and then they wind the window down a little bit like this and put it back up. Wind it down a little bit like this the second time and put it back up. By the time they did that the second time, I already chambered around, and I'm telling her to like lay your seat back some, because if I fire, I'm about to fire through her side, because they came on her side of the vehicle and parked up. Now, whether this was just a regular civilian who was having one of those bother somebody day, and I took it as something else, me done paro already. I was already thinking stuff. So when this happened, this was my 1 + 1 = 2. I got it in my hand, right? I got one in the chamber, finger on the trigger. I said, I'm not shooting through my glass because I want an accurate shot. So I dropped my window all the way down. And I'm looking at this vehicle, and I have the muzzle of my weapon just below the window where you cannot see it. Because, you know, some people, they'll wait for you. They'll wait for you to raise up. Then they fill up your car with bullets and say, well, he brandished a gun and pointed it at us. So I'm not brandishing the gun or anything. I just have it there and I'm ready. And they stayed there. And they stayed there for the longest. So I pulled out and I left them there. And I start driving down the street. That same vehicle, by the time I got to like 50 meters down the street, I turned out of the shopping parking lot, up the street. Now I'm on a regular road, which is 1, 2, 3, a 6-lane street. 3 lanes on one side, 3 lanes on the other side. I get to the light, and who I see behind me again? The same vehicle. So I drive off, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're probably going the same direction I'm going. I'm trying to keep myself calm, right? Because it's easy to panic. This is why also that you need to be level-headed if you carry a weapon. If you carry a concealed weapon, you have your legal permit to carry a concealed weapon, you still need to have self-control. Because it was so easy for me. Based on my background, I had a flashback. And the first thought for me was to fire before they fire. You're already under threat. Neutralize the threat. So I was about to fire into the vehicle. I was like, let me try to leave. Now I'm leaving, driving with one hand. My gun is still in this hand. Finger is still on the trigger. One still in the chamber. And I maneuver the vehicle out with one hand, keeping my gun low so nobody sees it. Put the car in drive, go about my business, and this car is right behind me. I'm driving down the street now, right? Light turns green, time to go. I bust this left, and I'm driving down the street, and I'm picking up speed. This vehicle is driving down the street and picking up speed, and now there are 4 lanes, and you can choose any lane you want to. That street has 4 lanes, 1, 2, 3. 3 lanes. You can choose any lane you want to include the turning lane, which makes 4. Because we're coming up to a major intersection. They stayed right behind me. They stayed right behind me up close to the point where I even started recording. And I told Babe, I said, you record and I'll hold the gun. So she's holding the camera, watching them while we're driving. And they can see it, that they're being recorded, and they're following us, and they speed up and they'll slow down, they'll speed up. And then when we got to the 4-lane intersection, they did a crazy right-hand turn from about 3 lanes over heavy traffic to hit that left turn like a getaway turn. I'm telling you, man, every hair on my body stood up, okay? It stood up because it's that fight or flight. And I realized that there was no flight in that situation. I was going to have to fight. If I was out there by myself, I wouldn't be so afraid. Or I wouldn't be so concerned. But I was out there with her. And I don't remember if she was pregnant or Kai was in the vehicle and he was little. I'm pretty sure she was pregnant. My memory, my details at that point. But anyway, she was there. I'm pretty sure she was pregnant. She was there. So I'm thinking, damn, if they start firing into the vehicle, they're going to fire from her side. She's probably going to get hurt first, right? So I got to make this not escalate. So when y'all come on social media and y'all talking a whole bunch of free BS, it's okay. You have the right to talk. You have the right to say whatever you want to say. But understand that the consequences for your speech, your words, will reach you faster today than anywhere else. It's real. So don't bother come mix me. I'm talking about if you said this and say that. When my life is in danger, right? Not one of y'all are gonna be like, oh, you know, so them slap with SouFlo, you know, cause the man usually, you know, in topics and whatever. Me feel say I have something to do with that. Anyway, listen, him children them not doing so okay. They need some assistance for go to school to pay off them school fee, for do this, for do that. You know, gas me up. Understand? Because one thing I know for sure, me see people gas up enough people and the people them dead gone left them picnic. And the same people that was gassing them up wouldn't even take up a donation to go help the man them picnic and the woman them picnic. What they prefer to do is they'll walk around saying, oh wow, so in picnic them not have nothing. Then I saw him walkless, him never left nothing for them. But you gas up the man and the man follow your thing and go get himself killed. You understand? It's serious out here. So understand how to navigate. You understand? Understand how to navigate out here and understand that there are consequences. Sometimes when you see me talking and you see me stuttering, I'm not stuttering because I stutter. I don't speak with a stutter. I speak clearly. I stutter when I'm saying something and my brain double checks it after I triple checked it and says, oh, whoa, slow down. Don't say that. And now in the middle of speech, I'm in conflict. Should I really say it? Or no, I can't say why I shouldn't say it. You know what? I'm just not going to say it. So that's what it is. That's me being wise. Okay? That's me being wise. That's me surviving intelligently. That's me understanding what time we're living in. Now, let me go to some comments because we have like 7 minutes left and I see I'm probably missing out on the comments. I wasn't seeing the comments before, but I see the comment section is very active this morning. Somebody says, Rosina Sam says, hashtag soldier strong, never leave one with the experience. Facts. All right. Mrs. Naya, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Glad to have you here. It was a wow situation for us. Pauline Wilson says, you cannot be scared. Stand tall. That's funny. That's funny coming from somebody who can't even put their real face on an icon. Yo, you people trip me out. You can't be scared. Stand strong. Stand tall. Where's your real face on your icon? So people can use, do you know that, I'm not even going to tell you that, but just put your face on your icon. If you're brave and you're willing to stand behind everything that you put on social media, put your face on your icon. A lot of people put other people's face on it. They put their favorite celebrity on it. They put their grandmother on it. Then put everybody else on it. They not putting their own face. I don't care about your job. Stand tall and stand strong. I don't care about the consequences that will come from hidden agendas from people that are out there that are working those angles. Stand tall and stand strong. Stand behind your own words. Like I said before, you can't put no battery in my back, man. You can't make me say stuff that I'm convinced in my mind I should not say. Because at the end of the day, if anything should happen to me, you won't give two shits about my children. You would probably laugh at my kids and laugh at my wife. SouFlo gone. Look how them broke down and popped down. Lord, sad that them couldn't left them little something. That boy never have nothing to leave them. You know, hear him always talk about investment videos and all these things and look there, him dead left nothing. And that is how you guys would be. Let's be honest. A lot of you would be just like that. Them a take up donation for the SouFLoTV, burial, funeral, whatever. Send him picnic or school. Me not give them people then nothing. Not even $1. You wouldn't even give 4 quarters. But you on here talking about stand tall and stand strong and you cannot be afraid. Have you ever jumped into combat? I love when people tell me about be afraid or never be afraid. You don't know what afraid is. You don't know what afraid is. If you've ever been from a Ranger battalion or led by a Rangers, if you've ever been an 11 Bravo infantry soldier on the ground in the middle of combat, maneuvering a fire team, maneuvering a team, you will understand what fear is. You will also master the art of rolling that fear up and controlling it and using it. It's because there's good power in fear. Sometimes you need fear to give you that adrenaline rush that you need to survive. So ain't nothing wrong with fear unless you're sitting home locked inside just being fearful. I'm out and about every day, right? But I want you to stand on the things that you're trying to get me to stand on, though. I hate the hypocrisy. It's like people that say, I'll do a show, a 1 hour show, and I probably cursed once in that 1 hour. And it was like 20, 30 minutes into the 1 hour show. And then I'll have comments in the comment section. See, I had to turn the video off, SouFlo. You were going good until you said that curse word. And it just was a turn off to me. I will see those same people over on another channel. Remember, I'm going to watch other channels. And the reason I don't is because I don't want us to start saying the same things. People rub off on you whether you know it or not. So if you internalize, watch what they do all the time. It's like my son, when he writes music, he doesn't listen to anybody else's music for weeks at a time. Only his own stuff. That way he is only influenced by his original thoughts. He is not copying somebody else, so he goes sounding like somebody else. That's a hard thing to do, right? So, you're not throwing no battery in my back. It's rough out here, and I know what time it is. Fear is necessary. Fear is not something to be afraid of, and I'm not afraid of fear. I operate with fear, but I know how to control my fear. You understand? I also know how to move wisely. Anyhow, with blacked out windows, don't think so, bro. Whatever that means. It could have been sleeper to get at you. Yeah, exactly, Mrs. Nia. Exactly. And it could be coming from anywhere. It could be coming from anywhere because around the time that, check this out, around the time that happened, I was getting a lot of threats. Like, there's stuff that y'all don't even know. Let me share something with you. Around that time when that happened, I was getting a lot of threats. I remember I got a phone call, and the person said they are a police officer from Jamaica that come to the US only for dash where boy like me or people like me and go back home and go back to work like nothing ever happened. Now, whether this was some regular civilian, because you know online everybody claims to be something else. I have 4 master's degree. I was a doctor, and now I just want to chill at home, and I do this, and I'm a lawyer. And when you meet them in real life, none of what they say about themselves actually really exists. So I was getting a lot of those kind of threats. Why? Because I was doing videos where it was almost every day that I was pounding it. Because I wanted people to see across the world. My goal was to wake up the leadership in Jamaica. And as my platform grew, the threats started coming. I wasn't getting any threats when we only had 5,000, 2,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers. He was that new sensation on YouTube. Yo, that boy, they're wild. You have to check him out. That kind of thing. That's how they came to the channel. Because I was wild when I started YouTube. I used to just say everything, right? But I wasn't, everything within the realms of what's funny. everything within the realms of cuss my bad word them and carry on and thing. Have a drink before I do the video so I get a little buzz, so I just loosen up, that kind of stuff. But as the platform grew and we found ourselves having to be more responsible, you know, older viewers started saying, SouFlo, listen, the whole heap of cursing, if you, I enjoy watching your show, right? You bring about interesting topics, but if you eliminate the curse words, then it would save me from having to switch the channel because I watch you in my living room on the big screen. So it would save me from having to change the channel because my grandkids are around or because my babies are around. So if you change up how you curse all the time and stuff, SouFlo, you can appeal to a larger audience. And I did that. And I thanked them for that. So I changed that up. I'm stopped curse so much. And we started focusing on more serious things. I was the first vlogger that actually started tackling real issues in Jamaica. Everybody was doing dancehall vlogs and all that. I got beaten for it for the longest. I'm an agent. I'm working against Jamaica. I belong to some secret organization whose agenda is to tear down Jamaica on a global stage to make it look bad. All along, all I was trying to do, and I made my agenda known, was that I'm just tired to see the people and I get killed like fly. And the government that leads is just sitting there and doing nothing. And this has been happening before them. So every administration that takes power is the same result, right? Somebody has to make some noise about this, else the people are gonna keep on getting killed off the same way and no consequences or nothing. So boom, I used my platform and I started posting the pictures of the people that were killed and digging to find whatever information was released out there about the situation. So people started to understand that, damn, this is happening every day. Oh, damn, another child? No, man, another child? Wasn't it yesterday you did one with another child again? Monday one, Wednesday one, Friday, next one. Another woman, Monday. Another woman, Tuesday. Another woman, Wednesday. Nah, this is out of control. And the voice started getting louder as the platform grew. And then the threats started coming, man. They came in text. They came in writing. They came in phone calls. They came in, I have all of it. Okay? So understand where you're at. Know what time it is. And don't bother think everybody can just pick up camera and just chat. There are consequences out there to be faced. And are you ready to deal with the consequences for what you're about to say? Or is that something that you can sidestep and carry on with your show without saying? Everybody is looking for a savior, right? Say it strong. Say it with your chest. And then them kill you off. And the same people, him chat too much. Him should have keep his mouth shut. The same people that were telling you about say it loud and strong. Say it with your chest. Them kill you off. The boy chat too much. Yeah, man. Me didn't know say that happen sometime soon. Them kind of thing there. Here what? Enough of that talk. We're not praying no death talk, a life we promote, right? And it's at the top of the hour this morning. Haven't been reading through the comment section because I am off this morning with what I have to say. Did you get the plate number? No, I didn't get the plate number, and I couldn't get the plate number because of how they continue to position the vehicle, right? And the only time I was actually able to see, the only time I was actually able to see, well, Brains would have to remind me because she was there, but I don't think we got the plate number. The only time we were actually able to see the plate number is when they skirps crossed the street, cut lanes of traffic, and did that weird ass right turn and shot down that exit. That's the only time we saw from a distance what the plate might have looked like. I don't even think it was a Florida plate. And I'm in Florida, right? It wasn't a Florida plate that was on the vehicle either. I think we did see it. And I think it was like a North Carolina plate or a South Carolina plate or something. You see what I'm saying? So that's right there. Do you recall that you were talking about that week? Do you recall what you were talking about that week? Yes, I was talking about what's going on in Jamaica and how it needs to be fixed and how the place is in shambles as far as for people that live there. Every Jamaican knows somebody that has a family member or close friend that was murdered. This is out of friggin' control. And to see that there are a list of things that could be done to actually quell the violence, to actually slow the numbers down a little bit, or if at least help us to apprehend more people, more perpetrators with more solid proof. That way we can hold on to them. We can try them. We can, at the fullest extent of the law, throw the whole book at them, but they're not putting these measures into place. So it's mind boggling to me. I even got a phone call one day where somebody said, SouFlo, listen, you don't need to know who I am, right? All you need to know is this. I see you do a lot of videos. You're trying to wake your people up. Thank you. But understand this. The way that things are running now, you keep beating it, somebody is going to get upset. Because the way that things are running now is exactly how they want it to run. So this is their status quo. And if you go against the status quo, you're going to upset somebody who is going to send consequences your way. Click, hang up the phone. I was just left looking at my phone like the weird ass phone call. So those are the things that I was talking about that week. Right? So it was like 1 + 1 = 2 to me. When I seen that happen, I was like, I seen this already. I seen this already. I was paranoid that whole week simply because I was getting a lot of threats. But please understand that my paranoia does not mean scared to the point where I can't do anything. My paranoia only means that my senses are heightened. My paranoia only means that I'm on guard. My paranoia only means that I am at the ready. That's it. Don't expect me to run. Don't expect me to hide. But at the same time, I must be wise. Right? All right. We're going to leave it right here for today. Shout out to everybody for tuning in, man. Thank you for tuning in. Dad Germ. What type of name is that? Anyway, Dad Germ says, Flo, answer my question. Answer what question? I don't even see a question. Flo, answer my question again. What was your question? I'm going to oblige this person because this is the same person that said, me not have no facts. I'm not talking with facts, whatever. Even after I showed them a video, I have no facts. I don't know what they're talking about, but it'll be interesting to know. So answer what question? Flo, politics we're talking. Okay. What question are you talking about? And the person says again, Marva from Missio, me know you don't. See? That, and this the kind of stuff. Well, anyway, I don't know what you and Marva talk about, but I'll find out later. I'm probably cuss you for Marva. Anyhow, yo, people, listen, man, move wisely in these times. Spread some love today here. Yesterday, me I said, don't watch the spread thing. Someone might take it the wrong way and spread something because your love is in between your legs. But spread some good vibrations around today. All right? Don't take life for granted either. Flo, send your email or WhatsApp so I can send you some material. Need to educate you. You know, every time people say that, they send me a bunch of junk. My email and my WhatsApp are public. My WhatsApp number is 1-806-587-8953, and it's on my business phone. So that's my WhatsApp number, 806-587-8953. Send me what you want to send me. My email is public. It's SouFLoTV@gmail.com. Send me what you want to send me. You might be able to teach me something that I did not know. I am open to learning. You can learn something from somebody all the time. My granny used to say, even a fool can teach you something, right? So that's why I'm talk to everybody, or I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until I see it start to go way right field or way left field and disrespect and stuff starts to get involved. Then we don't need to have a conversation. We could just hold true to our beliefs. You go your way, I go my way, and we'll keep a mutual respect, right? All right, so that's my thing there. Have a wonderful day, people. Enjoy your day. Be good to yourself. May I roll with a dude from Garden. Something RE signal and lane occurred. The youth roll up beside us. Yeah, bad man. With picnic in his truck. Dude just nod me side of him. Just low it. Waste of time. Anyway, God got flow talk about things very, very familiar with. All right, people, I'm going to leave it right there for now. I'll catch you on the next video tomorrow morning. Hopefully tomorrow morning we have a more funny, upbeat topic. You know what? I have a long list of Dear SouFLos that I have been trying to get out. And I'm just not moving fast enough and they're coming in really fast. So I might do 2 Dear SouFLo topics back to back tomorrow. So prepare for it. It's the hump day and we're going to get over the hump. Let me write that down and remind myself. Because I like to be a man of my word. 2 Dear SouFLos coming right up. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Be here and be prepared for 2 Dear Soul. If you've ever watched the SouFLo, Dear SouFLo them, you know how the thing go already. I'm out. Peace.